All right, this is have to be part two. The first video, the first part cut off. So this is the follow up. And as I was saying, let's get a few precepts and let's see how it goes, okay? Because you people are going to feel it, all right? So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 5. And the title says the third seal, famine, okay? Because there's going to be a lack of product here because why? America isn't going to be that beacon of light as it once was, where other nations sought to, come to for, you know, freedom, for, you know, whatever thing that they searched for, that they was looking, that they thought they could find in America, it's going to be no more, man. All right. America is getting ready to be put on an island all by itself, okay, where the people are going to consume away from within. All right, because the people, they don't know how to build and take care for themselves, man. All right, which is why this is the perfect model, or the perfect model for the new world order, bringing in that mark of the beast, okay, spearheaded by the microchip. All right, that's why more than likely it's going to come from out of America. All right, being the first ones to introduce it to the world, and then the world is going to, gradually adopt it and come online exactly as, America, okay? Or should I say Babylon? So this is Revelation 6 and 5. It says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. Goes into that famine. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. 6, and I heard a voice in the midst of the fourth beast say, a measure of wheat for a penny. All right. When you go into that word measure, that's a liter. All right. So just think, a liter of wheat for a penny. All right. And that penny that penny equates to a day's work or a day's wage. So imagine however much money you make a day, that's how much you'll be paying for a liter of wheat, okay? Or something insignificant, a liter. That's not even a huge measure, okay? But you're going to work all day just for a measure of what? Wheat. Because why? America is slowly, or should I say rapidly declining, man. The dollar isn't what it once was. All right? And it's only going to get worse, man. Okay? Let's look up those words, measure and penny.
Strong's G 5518. Choiniques.
So the word is G5518, choiniques, and it goes into a choiniques, a dry measure containing 4 kotele or kotle or 2 satari less than our quart, or it's like a less than our quart, 1 litre, or as much as would support a man of moderate appetite for a day. So just enough, okay, for your day's ration, okay? Just enough to get by. And you're going to have to pay a penny. Just think, you work all day just to fill your belly. And it wasn't even enough because it says support a man of moderate appetite for a day. So imagine if you, because of these Americans, guess what? They don't know how to go on diets. They don't know how to eat in moderate. They gluttons. So it's going to be heavy on them. See, them Chinese Moabites, they can eat a bowl of rice. That's why they going to withstand this more than America, man. this tariff war. Why? Because they can eat a bowl of rice. Look at the Chinese, the Moabites, and then look at you Americans, man. Look at your diets. Look how they look. They fit. They fit for this, man. They're more fit for the famine than you Americans, man. See, you Americans are gonna come to find out, man, that these other countries, hey, they really don't like you. You heard what the one Moabite said, man, about America. They don't like America, man, cause you stuck up. You think it don't stink, all right? But you gonna see when that famine hit, and you doing all that work for a moderate day of appetite, and your appetite is anything but moderate. Okay, you don't know how to just go one meal a day. No, you got to have breakfast. You got to have brunch. You got to have lunch. You got to have an appetite. You got to have a dinner. You got to have a snack. You don't know how to go with just one meal a day. You see? But them Moabites, they can go off of one bowl of rice, man. All right? Which is why they way more equipped to go at this than you Americans, man. So it says, or as much as would support a man of moderate appetite for a day. So that goes into a measure, okay? You Americans, you don't know how you don't know how to rationalize your diet. You eat out of gluttony. You eat just out of not you don't eat out of necessity. You eat out of just pure enjoyment. Okay? But wait till all the stuff start wait till all the stuff start drying out. Food, products, everything that America imports. And wait till the other countries, especially those that are in league with China, stop accepting America's exports to import into their countries. It's gonna be a dog eat dog world out here. I say that all the time, man. Okay? Whoever got, the most will in them to get that last loaf of bread gonna come out on top, man. By all means necessary. All right? So now let's go to a penny. Because it's gonna get real serious out here real soon. Okay? So we saw what that measure goes into. A moderate day appetite. Okay? America has anything but moderate anything. Okay? Now let's look up that word penny. It goes into the word
Strong's G 1220. Denarion. Denarion.
and it says G 1220. Denarion. It goes into denarius, containing 10. It says a Roman silver coin in NT New Testament time. It took its name from its being equal to 10 asses. A number after 217 BC increased to 16, about 3.898 grams or 0.1375 ounces. It was the principal silver coin of the Roman Empire. From the parable of the laborers in the vineyard, it would seem that a denarius was then the ordinary pay for a day's wages. So guess what? However much you get paid, what's the average going right now? Depending on what part of the country you in, okay? Let's just say the overall day's pay is somewhere between $150 and $300. You're going to be paying that much money for a moderate appetite, just to get your moderate food for a day. $150 to possibly $300, depending on what part of the country you in. Just to get what? A average meal. Imagine you going to the drive-thru and they telling you that a number 9 costs $200. You're going to lose it, man. you're going to ask yourself, how, why, when did it get this bad? You see? But the service of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah been telling you it's going to get this bad. All right? We're heading that way where you're going to be working all day for nothing. As it says in Haggai, we're going to get that. All right? It's coming, man. You see? And Moab is way more equipped to handle this better than you damn Egyptians. One thing about Moab, their diet is on point concerning their ability to not eat as much as you Americans, man. Now, sure, Moab goes off and he eats squid and all abominable foods, but they can go off a bowl of rice for a whole day, man. You Americans, especially you good old boys that like to grill and make steaks and do all that, you ain't gonna be able to just eat one meal for a day. But guess what? A lot of you gonna have to resort to that because that's gonna be how much it costs for one meal, a moderate meal. You go to the grocery store now, you can fill up your cart for maybe $100, which is still expensive, but compared to what it's coming to in those days, you might have to go to the grocery store and just get 1 or 2 items, man. Forget filling up a shopping cart. You might have just 1 or 2 items in your shopping cart, and that's going to be it for you. And forget it if you got a family to feed. Oh, boy. You got mouths. You got children. That's why I say, woe unto them that give sucking that day, man. It's going to be hard out here, man. You see, you should be able to start to see the picture now. Okay? That's why they're going to sell a donkey's head for what? What does it say? A donkey head should be sold for 4 pieces of silver, if I'm not mistaken, and a dove's dung for 3 pieces. They're going to be selling anything out here. It's going to be a famine, man. And it's coming. Whether you want to believe it or not, man. Here it is. You don't work all day long just to get a couple of items. You think it's bad now. Wait till it really sets in. See, Moab, one thing I'm going to say about Moab, they are more equipped to handle this than you damn Americans, man. They got that bowl of rice, that's it, man. They good. They don't need anything else, okay? They done been through them famines, man. But you Americans, you need everything. You need, like I said, you wake up for breakfast, you go to brunch, you go to lunch right after, you get your snack, you stop in, grab your appetite, then you got dinner. Then you get you another snack before bedtime. See, you ain't gonna know how to control them damn them hunger pains when they start to creep in, because you ain't never fast, you ain't never did anything. And all this time that you had to prepare yourself, you didn't do anything. So guess what? You gonna feel it, man. And it's gonna cause a lot of Americans to lose it, man. They gonna be eating their own damn children. That's when cannibalism gonna come back in a major way, okay? Because these Americans, they ain't gonna know how to suppress that hunger, that appetite. 2 or 3 days, man, they're gonna lose it, man. That's gonna be it. All right, that's gonna be it. Okay, so let's go to Haggai. Was there anything else on that, Penny? Thought I saw something at the last second. Okay, now let's go to Haggai. 1 and verse 6. It reads, "You have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough." Inflation going to kick the people ass. The dollar devaluing, and just the amount of work you're going to have to put in just for the moderate, survival food to get moderate, just enough to get by. People going to lose it, man. So when they see the last loaf of bread, they're going to understand what that means. When they see the last of anything on the shelves, they're going to know what that means. That's going to mean to them, I don't work hard my whole day's work to get this, and it's the last this the last that. Let's get it on. Brawling aisle 6. It's gonna be crazy out here, man. It says, "You have sown much and bring in little. Yea, you slacky, ye eat, but ye have not enough." You ain't gonna have enough to fill your belly in that day, man. Here it is, you don't work all day and you just barely got enough to make a sandwich. That's why when they bring out that microchip, it's gonna be a relief to you people. You're gonna take it willingly to get some relief. Yes, I can now fill my shopping cart back up with this microchip. Okay? They're going to give you extra money for however long until that expires. And you're going to take it because you got no other option. Because you didn't seek Yahweh while he may be found. So guess what? You got to take this microchip so that you can have enough food to feed your family. Because on your wages alone, that's not going to be enough. Especially if you got a wife and children. You ain't going to be able to feed them on no day's worth like you can now. Okay? So it says, "Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink." You just going to have enough just to wet your whistle, as they say. You got to pass that liter of water. Going to have to last your whole family for a whole week, man. That same liter that you can get right now for $1 or $2, that's going to be rations. Okay, you get a cap full on Monday, you get a cap full on Tuesday, you get a cap full on Wednesday, and y'all going to have to stretch that water out, man. You see? And for the most part, these Americans, speaking of these Edomites, they don't know how to get through rough times. See, Jake been accustomed to rough times, man. But you damn Edomites, man, y'all going to flip out, man. And it's going to be race wars, man. Okay, especially when Jake show up in your prevalent grocery stores or wherever to get whatever it is that they don't have at their stores. You're going to see these Edomites flip out, man. All right? They're going to look at Jake the wrong way, man. Jake going to be on that go mode. Okay? So it's coming, man. It says, "Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe ye, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes." Man, this dollar ain't gonna go far. Nowhere, man. When this shit takes off, that dollar ain't gonna go far. Nowhere, man. All right? They deliberately crashing the dollar to bring in the beast system, man. Okay? China is a major player. You've seen it's the second largest economy, man. If China's already prepping its citizens and they citizens don't like America, think how much more American citizens are going to be when they got to get ready for this prep. They're going to hate their government. That's why it says in 2nd Ezra they're not going to regard their kings nor princes, man. They're going to say the hell with it, man. You didn't have our best interests at heart. We out here scraping for something to eat for our children, man. You see? And then when the system comes with that beast system, hey, they gonna know what it is, but at the same time, they ain't gonna have no other choice, man. Their 401ks ain't gonna be worth jack. Everything that they think they got right now, they gonna lose, man. Unless they take that chip, man. That's the only way they gonna stay afloat. All right, and it's coming. All right, we've been telling you, we've been warning you, man. We at the doorstep. Okay, they getting ready to bring in this beast system, spearheaded by the microchip. And unless you get it, you ain't going to be able to buy or sell. All right? All that work you done and doing, and you thinking you going to build, ain't no more saving in this new system, man. This new currency is going to have an expiration date. Ain't no more savings account. No. That's part of the old banking system. The new banking system, there won't be no savings. You won't need to save for anything. The government is going to hand out what you can and what you can't, depending on how the economy is doing. Okay? You know, China is the prototype almost, I want to say, because they already have that credit score and everything else. Okay. It's just that they weren't given the keys to, per se, to usher in this. Okay. This is good. This is going down to the Edomites. Okay. But all these other countries are compliant with the beast system. Psalms 83. Okay. So more than likely, this beast system is going to come from Babylon the Great itself. Once Babylon crashes, that's going to bring in the mark of the beast. Okay. Because as it currently sits, the dollar is the world reserve currency. Okay. So in order for the beast system to come into play, this dollar has to be obsolete. So more than likely, America is going to usher in that microchip, that mark of the beast, because this dollar has to crash. Okay. All these other countries, they have the infrastructure, but as long as this dollar is still holding on and still being regarded as the world reserve currency, the beast system can't come into its fullness. So they're going to crash the dollar. They're going to bring in, some new currency, a CBDC more than likely, or Bitcoin, or whatever it is, cryptocurrency. But then it's going to be transformed or translated into that microchip. However they're going to come out with it. They might just come out with a microchip altogether, man. All right? So you gold hoarders, you silver hoarders, all you that's hoarding and buying up gold and silver, it's going to be for nothing. Sure, you're going to be able to get twice or more than your money's worth, but when you trade it in to cash out, you're going to have to take that microchip, okay? Ain't no way around it, man. You're not going into the store and using a gold bar to buy something. No, you're going to take it to whatever local currency exchange is out, and you're going to turn it in, and they're going to give you credits or whatever it is on your microchip. You will have to take that implant to receive this chip. To receive your whatever form of money that is going to be at that time. All right? So we getting ready to come into these times, man, and it's all over the wall. It's written all over the wall, if you can see it, if you have the eyes to see. All right? That's why we bringing it out. We telling you, get it together. Okay? We here. All right? So we getting ready to come into some very tumultuous times, man. So this is 1 Peter 5:8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right? And if you don't know what's going on, it ain't his job to tell you. All right? It ain't his job to tell you to get right with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He's got his lapdogs out there that's, putting out that, you could prep, you can get gold and silver, and you can put yourself in position to be better on the other side of this collapse. But what they're not telling you, that on the other side of this collapse, which is inevitable, that you're going to have to take that microchip to receive your payout. The lapdogs ain't telling you buying gold and silver is going to translate into you taking the mark of the beast and getting that money put onto your microchip, and then you can buy whatever you want. You can live like a fat cat. You can get you a nice mansion or whatever, a nice car or whatever, but you will have to take that microchip. You see? They're not telling you these things, all right? And it's not his job to tell you that, okay? It's his job to keep you in the dark as long as possible while he gets the last final touches of his beast system into place, okay? But it's the job of us servants, the mouthpiece of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to warn the people that if they take heed, they should what? They should deliver themselves from the pain and judgments to come, Not saying that they're going to deliver themselves, but if they do what's required of them, the Most High is going to show mercy on them. And if they are the elect, they will be delivered. Okay? So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right? So with that being said, pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.